And that's a close rate on what I would consider qualified client, meaning they're ready, they're willing, and they're able, and now we just need to talk.
So ready, willing, and able. Perfect. And when you define those things right there, like let's just talk about sales process and we'll reverse engineer this. How do you qualify these things, ready, willing, and able?
So ready means from the like 90% of the clients that we'll talk to that fit this mold is they've done marketing in the past. They've tried it in-house. They've maybe worked with agencies. They've invested, so they're not coming into this cold. Maybe they have an internal marketing department, but they have some sort of pain point to where they know they could do more and better, and they just don't really know where and how to start. They are looking for a strategy to guide their marketing efforts. They're not asking for a marketing strategy. They're just asking for marketing help. But they're ready because they have the pain of like, we need this pain point fixed. They're able, meaning they have the money, they have the budget, they are used to spending money on marketing, or maybe they haven't had a solidified budget, but they do have some that they can allocate towards that. And a lot of times they don't even know what that budget should be. And so they're ready, meaning they have the pain point, they're able, they can afford it, and they're willing. And that's why we're having the conversation with them. That's why we're at the table.
Perfect. And so when you're talking about these different things and you're coming to the table, a couple things to cover, and I'll get a different marker here just so we can define this. Let's go red. Sorry if the colors suck. Red and purple don't go together. Are they looking at you more as a guide or skilled labor? Like when you come into this, are they saying open book, or are they saying, hey, we need you to do X, Y, Z for us?
So it's kind of split, right? So right now, most of our leads are coming to us from referral or word of mouth, or they've seen our work and they know that we have beautiful work. They don't necessarily know the marketing aspect of it. And so they might be coming because they want to position themselves, like have beautiful creative. They do need the guide, but they don't know that most of the time until our first conversation.
Gotcha. So the knowledge behind there, right?
Yeah.
Because usually I think what happens even with us, they look at us as skilled labor.
Yeah.
Can you just come and do this and then be done?
Right.
And you're like, no, it's not just a one-time fix.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you're doing brand and really establishing the foundation, which of course, that's not a one-day fix, right? It takes time over there. Okay, so we have that. When you're talking about the marketing department, is everyone kind of different on their roadmap? Like,
what do you mean?
How long do you set out times with them? Like, hey, we look to achieve this in 90 days, 6 months, and a year?
So for like on our clients that we're serving?
Yeah.
So our process is there's an initial discovery which dictates our strategy. So we'll have, usually a few hours that we'll spend with the client. We'll learn as much as we can about their industry, the business, their users, their goals, all that kind of stuff. And then from that meeting, we develop a strategy. The strategy speaks to the design, the messaging, the marketing, and even the website. And then we use that strategy. Usually takes us about a month to create everything. And then we'll be up in marketing in about a month. So that's like the quickest turnaround time we could do is a month. Typically, it's really, ideally, I'd like to get it done in 6 to 8 weeks, but we can get it done in 4 weeks. Now, once we get them marketable, their website is communicating the right message. They have, what we call a marketing machine set up. All their digital marketing tools are set in place. Once all that's done and we're marketing, we do monthly client check-ins and then quarterly strategy reviews. And so the strategy that we initially start with will be like for a quarter, like this is what we want to do for the next 3 months in light of who you are, what your goals are, who you're trying to reach. And then we'll plug away at that for 3 months doing monthly check-ins. And then at the end of the quarter, we'll revisit to see if there's any drastic changes we need to make or maybe new insights that can add to the strategy.
Absolutely. So when you're talking about these site machine tools, how do you audit that process in there? Or do you just insert your process, or do you take their existing tools?
No,
do you replace them?
Sometimes. So, and that's one of the things that we're kind of working through right now. So we have a handful of clients, and right now it's kind of like a mixture. Ideally, I would like to use all of our own tools.
Yeah.
And so that's really what I want to move forward with, because we have a couple clients where they have different CRMs or things that we might be working within. It's just not scalable to do that. So I want to these are the tools that we use.
Absolutely. Because when you think about that, that needs to be included somewhere in your process of talking about, hey, after we get up and running, we're going to spend the next quarter switching over tools or doing this or doing that.
Yeah.
But they have to feel comfortable with you. So it might be a later transition.
Yeah.
But then your team's struggling for the next 2 quarters worth of having to deal with their tools and learn a new process.
Yeah, and that might be a problem that we have as we scale right now. It hasn't really been an objection. Cool. So they're really open to like whatever you guys need to do to make it happen, use whatever tools you want.
And because it seems like by that point they're kind of just frustrated and they're looking to take over. And most of them, would you say that they already have a validated strategy, or are you doing a facelift? So never.
They don't have a validated strategy, which is why they might be coming to us. So whatever they've done in the past hasn't worked. So they come to us looking for like, hey, we need someone to do the thing to make it work. But they underlyingly know that they want someone that can guide them in the process.
Absolutely. How do you define willing then? Is it a matter of like you've talked about this and they're agreeing, or what does that commitment look like?
Willing is just like, okay, we have the money, we have the pain point, now we're willing to do something about it.
So just the time, like now.
Yeah, like they're looking, which is why I'm in the meeting with them.
Absolutely. And is this all covered in the first meeting with Abel, or does this come afterwards after you understand?
So my understanding is I don't want to meet with anybody unless they're all 3 of these things. And so when I say qualified customer, like they are ready, willing, and able. So ideally, like as we're attracting these people, they put themselves in our funnel and they kind of filter themselves. Like I could kind of tell if they're ready, willing, and able.
So day 1 of them actually talking with you, right? I'm gonna go all caps. You ready?
Yeah.
Not that good. Okay. So day 1 of talking with you, you already want this stuff figured out, ready, willing, and able.
Yeah. So here, let me show you what we have.
Please.
So.
Okay, go for it.
Right now we have here's our. Here's a laptop, right? It's our website.
Yeah.
And so they go to our website and they fill out a form right now. So this is our lead capture form. And so this is going to be initial contact. This gets sent to me in an email saying John Smith with this company, very basic information. It wants more information about whatever service. And so I'll follow back up with an email to schedule an appointment. Right, that's the calendar. It looks like a gift or something.
I was like, that's a bunny?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a calendar.
Oh,
all right.
Gotcha.
So they fill out the form on our website. This are get started or start a project. So I know a little bit about them based on what they tell me. I say, hey, thank you for reaching out. I'd love to learn a little bit more about your project and how we might be able to help. Let's schedule a time to talk. Here's a link to my calendar, and just put in a time that works for you. Then this links them to a longer form.
Yeah,
so,
perfect.
So I have my basic information right here. And then now I know their company name, their company size. I know their title and position, their specific pain point, what their budget is. And so all of this comes to me at the time of scheduling appointments. So it's a form on Calendly. And that gets sent to me in an email. And then we have our, here's a handshake, Well, it's terrible. So
if it's nowadays, it's a high five.
Yeah, there you go. This is our COVID-19 high five. Anyway, geez, that's terrible. So this is our initial consult. So this is our initial contact. Now I know who they are, and this is our initial consultation. In fact, I could change this to a chat bubble. There you go.
Yeah.
And so this could be done on the phone. I prefer to do them in person, but this is what I want to have 4 to 5 per month of. The fact that they have already filled this out tells me they're willing. Are they ready? More than likely, if they've already gotten to this, and are they able to ask the question? The question of budget, and So I still have to do some filtering, but I'm trying to get these 4. If I could get 4 or 5 of these guys per month on a phone call or in person, then we'll be on track to meet our goals.
Absolutely. So I would consider this day one of them reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Anything that they haven't reached out to you is day 0 and beyond, like
Yeah,
for them, right?